I'm not running or jumping today. You can tell by the title. This is pretty serious. Welcome back to another episode of Found Wine 216. As always, if this is your first time here, really appreciate you however it is you found this channel, but I appreciate all of my consistent supporters for real. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Found Wine 216. Yeah, so y'all saw the title. This is going to be pretty heavy. I knew when I decided to talk about race relations on this channel that I was going to touch on this topic eventually. Fair warning, I know y'all are used to me putting a funny take on things. This is not that. If y'all just want to fast forward.
If you don't like my lyrics, you can press fast forward.
So as we all know, black people, you know what? I'm not just going to assume that all of y'all are tapped into what's really going on out here. Let's discuss the facts. The fact is, a black person is 5 times more likely to be stopped without probable cause than a white person. The fact is, 2021 violence report shows that a black person is not just more likely to be killed, they're more likely to be unarmed when they're killed, and they're more likely to not be threatening somebody. Once we deal with the facts, we have to ask ourselves, is there something we can do? Is there some sort of way we're supposed to act to decrease the amount of disproportionate black killings? Let's stop right there. I don't think most people, black, white, green, blue, orange, or indifferent, realize how traumatic it is to even ask that question. The fact that most black families I know have to have a separate lesson with their children about how to handle law enforcement, like we're celebrities that need media training. To be honest, the whole inspiration for this topic was a conversation I had with one of my coworkers about a situation that had happened on a train. It had made the news, and basically a black teen cursed out a police officer, and I believe he spit on him. My coworker, who's a black man by the way, his point was, thank God nothing worse happened to the teen. First erroneous statement. Second thing he said is, you don't spit on anyone, but if you do, you have to be prepared for the consequences. That last part I actually agree with, because if you spit on me, boy, the problem with what he said is this. If you're a police officer and you chose to protect, the consequences shouldn't be death. It was also in this debate that I realized why a lot of people never end up seeing eye to eye. Basically, what's going on between me and my coworker is this. It's called the is or ought fallacy. One person is talking about the situation based on how reality is, and the other person is talking about how it should be. Because they're talking about it from 2 different perspectives, they're never gonna see each other's point of view. My coworker was absolutely right with everything he said. Black people, we have to be cognizant of each and every interaction we have with law enforcement. The problem is that he kept saying the word should. If we're having an honest conversation about equality, we shouldn't have to do anything different to avoid being murdered. That's what you call victim blaming. It comes from the same place when you look at a rape victim and you say, you shouldn't have been wearing that skirt. You shouldn't have been by yourself. You shouldn't have gotten that drunk. You see how insensitive and irresponsible that sounds? I myself have been in a situation with a police officer where we're both in the parking lot. He pulls in a parking space and I park like 2 spaces behind him. He gets out of his car first. I get out my car second. He's walking at least 30 to 50 feet in front of me. And then all of a sudden he spins around and he looks at me and he says, do we have a problem? Now what I wanted to do and say, I wanted to look him up and down and be like, if you want one.
So I backed up. And I told her, bust a move.
And the only thing I could think of is that, okay, if you're scared of heights, you probably shouldn't be a pilot. Similarly, yo, that word whoops my ass every single time. If you're that scared, find something else to do, because there's nothing that I need to do or people that look like me need to do to make you feel safe when it's your literal job to make me feel safe.